Morning, morning.
My name is Keisha Burger. Alright, I've been conducting the session this morning. So it's a two-part session. So we're going to the management and principle of the Benevolent Society, and we're going to look at areas of your constitution. Right? It's a minimum of 5 hours. Right? You can indicate at what time you want to break. It's now 10:33. Right? So we'll take a break at around 12 or 12:30. Alright? I have the PowerPoint presentation, but I'm going to give you after the session. Alright? Because I want full participation.
Just sit down here, so hold on, let's get a seat.
Good afternoon, good morning.
Come closer, man. Come close. Sit down on the table. Sit down on the table.
Go for top.
Go back. Gillie, we're start now. Where start?
Yeah, man, him having thing ready.
Alright, so as I said, it's a two-part session. We're going to do the management and principle of the Benevolent Society. Then we're going to look at the Constitution. So, the department is an agency within the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. We have the portfolio of registering groups under the Credit Societies Act, the Charities Act, the Industrial and Commerce Societies Act, the Cooperative Societies Act, right, and the Agricultural Loan Societies Act. So we administer these 5 different acts. Right? So we're looking at the act today, which is the Credit Society, where the Benevolent Society falls under. Tell me why you guys want to be registered as a Benevolent Society. Anybody?
Yeah, we want to help people.
Want to help people?
Yeah, man.
Alright. So, anybody know what is the Benevolent Society? What is the portfolio of a Benevolent Society?
It's a charitable organization.
It's a charitable organization. It's a not-for-profit. But bear in mind, when they say charity, it's charity, yes. You might hear of other charity with exemption, but it's 2 different things. You're a not-for-profit, you're doing charity work, right? So for example, yes, about Ms. Berger, we register as a Benevolent Society, a charitable organization, where we have to pay this bag of taxes. That wouldn't be applicable unless you register under the charity. So even though you're a Benevolent Society, yes, you're exempted from income tax and stamp duty, but you have to pay the other taxes. The only way you get the waiver of the other taxes if you register under the Charities Act. So yes, you can register as a Benevolent Society and also apply for charitable status under the Charities Act. So Benevolent Society, yes, are a charitable organization, they are not for profit. You provide assistance to the community, right? It's a community-based organization, right? So we're going to go into the session. So some of our portfolio are registered societies and their rules. So when you register, your constitution will also be registered as a legal document. So you not only get your certificate to say yes, we are a registered organization, you also get your constitution, which is a registered seal and signed by the registrar to show that no, this document is a legal document in the organization. So it's registered. Alright? Inspection and supervision. We have 3 different sections that works with the groups, societies that we register.
Online personnel, are you guys hearing?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Online. Kevin? Warren? Okay.
Alright, so we have different sections in the department that works with you. So the first, where your application comes first was the training, development, policy unit. So we provide the training needs to develop the rule before they go over to the other section. So the inspection and supervision, this is where you have our inspectors. They come in and inspect the books, they attend your meetings, and they do inspection to ensure that you're operating within the law. So the law that you will be operating within is a French society. Right? So they ensure that you're abiding to the act and you're abiding to your constitution. Audit and investigation, once you're registered with us, you're expected to submit your records for audit. So even though you're not for profit, you're not making any money, but you're getting contribution, you might be getting project funds, you're collecting dues, you still have to send in your records. So you have to be keeping proper accounting records for them to be submitted at the end of the financial year for it to be audited. And the audit is at a cost, it's not for free. Alright? Suspension and registration. So if you fail to comply, you fail to operate within the Friendly Societies Act, you fail to operate within your rules, is there any misappropriation of funds, your registration can be suspended. When it is suspended, you no longer operate as the registered benevolent society because your registration has been suspended. So you will put on your registration, will put on all whatever you have to treat with, you have to treat with it. Once the registrar is satisfied, you can reinstate your registration.
When you say misappropriation of funds,
Keep out the money. Misuse the funds. Right? Right. And an investigation is done, and it can cause you to lose your registration, and it can also cause you, depends on what, to suspend your registration. Your registration can be suspended up to 6 months. Right? Once you have corrected and the registrar is satisfied to say, okay then, you can now reinstate your registration because you have fulfilled and you have made the necessary remedial correction to whatever was causing the suspension. Alright? Settlement of dispute. So this is where you might have a dispute, the Benevolent Society registered entity might have a dispute with an external agency or even with it, and you cannot settle it amongst yourself. The registrar can intervene, hear both parties and take a decision yourself. Right? So settlement of dispute is where the registrar come in and settle whatever dispute that you yourself cannot settle amongst yourself. Alright? Institutional strengthening. So from time to time we provide you with additional training. Accounting training, parliamentary procedure training, team building, leadership and governance. This additional training is free of cost. So we continue to build the capacity of the persons to try to empower, to empowerment so you can run the organization effectively. Education and training is what we're doing here now. Dissolution, we have voluntary dissolution and you have dissolution. So voluntary dissolution is where you, the members, come together, 75% of you come together, pass a special resolution to dissolve the entity because they're no longer interested, they don't want the entity. I say dissolve, voluntarily come and say we want to dissolve. Whereby dissolve is where now the registrar may have someone coming in, right, appoint a liquidator to come in and do some inspection of the entity. Or better what, the officer working with the group, with the organization, they fail to comply and they are recommending cancellation. The registrar can assign an external individual to come in outside of the officer meeting the members to see if this group requires a dissolvement. Right? If it's so being that, yes, you're not meeting, you don't have the complement of the members, it does not function, everybody's on them. That person can write up for the society to be dissolved. Right? Cancellation. We ask that you have how many persons to register. So at any time that we come in and do our inspection and the membership falls below 21, there can be a cancellation.
during the time period, like somebody migrate and you have to get back 2 members.
Right. So we work with you But we don't expect you to have this lingering.
Ongoing.
Alright?
Yeah.
So you expressed to us that we have lost 3 members because of migration, family. To give you time to bring your membership up because the app says once the membership falls below 21, it's cancellation. So at all times you must try to ensure that your membership continues to grow. So if you even lose one, it don't affect the 21. So you always want to have more than 21 members. There?
And question, for the members, they have to be above 18 years old and they can go now.
So we ask that your membership minimum age is 16, but you can't sit on more until you're 18.
Okay.
What if the members, even though they are part of the group and they are living abroad, but they are still contribute and things like that to the organization? How we deal with that? Like right now, Mr. Kevin is abroad, but he is very active in the group, like sending contributions.
Yeah, so your rules would allow for you to have your membership where they can continue to throw, right? They can still participate because the rule facilitate online meetings, so they can still be a part of contributing. Right? But you just know that your primary officers must be in Jamaica. Because whatever business needs to be done, they must be easily can get it done. Alright, so we'll look at the societies that are registered on the Friendly Society. So we have 3 different entities. The Friendly Society establish to facilitate assistance to members, their relatives and dependents in one or more ways. So Friendly Society does cater for their members. They don't go outside. Right? Examples of these are that lodges. You don't put a brotherhood thing. But once they join the lodge, I just see that. Them and their family. Alright? They provide financial assistance to their members and the families. They assist also with sickness during sickness and also old age and prominence. Ensuring money to be paid on debt and burial scheme lodges. So these are Friendly societies. They are the tip Friendly society that only cater for teachers and their relatives. Right? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Benevolent societies now. So it's established for charitable purpose, not to widen community-based organization. So benevolent society focuses on the community, the development of the community. Alright? Specially authorized, these are entities that are registered by the minister under which the department falls under. So we fall under the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. The Armin Hill is the person who will register the specially authorized society. Specially authorized societies, they do business and they also give back to the community. Right? So it's dual objectives, whereby benevolent society is strictly community-based, friendly is just strictly the members and their relatives. Understood?
Yeah. Well.
So the Friendly Societies Act is divided into 2 sections. You have the Act itself. So your organization will be governed by the Friendly Societies Act. Right? I would say that the Friendly Societies Act form the basis of the law. The acts such as these are passed in Parliament. Right? And it's also contained in the Act the basic strategy over the running of the society. So when we come to do our inspection, we are working with the Act and we are working with your constitution. And you will see why we are working with the Act, and it is a tool for us. So the regulation. Changes can be made by the minister, which is Armin Hill, right? So we say that the regulation gives support and clarity to that. So the Act is made by Parliament, but the minister holds forward to change the regulations. Right? So the regulation supports the Act. They work hand in hand. Alright? Everybody good?
Yeah.
So the rules now. So the rules, we're going to look at the rules after this. We're going to look at the areas. So the rules lay out the guidelines by which the society operates. So once you become a member, you need a copy of the rules to register. So you understand the operation of the society. Right? They are made and amended by the members in a duly constituted meeting. However, any changes, any amendments to the rules have to be approved by the registrar. So the department is headed by our registrar, which is Mr. Errol Gillie. He's the registrar of the Department of Cooperatives. He's the one that registers your rules. Alright? So we're going to look at the name, the objective, the purpose of funds to be applied, the term of member, admission of members, how is it that you're going to worry, what is the criteria for membership? So if I want to become a member, what is the criteria? Where are you taking your membership from? Alright? The mode of meeting, the quorum, appointment and removal of the committee, the duties of the officers, separate accounts for each scheme, fund, voluntary dissolution, and the mode of making and rescinding rules. So in your rules, it tells you about the operation. There are sections that is taken from the Act, there are sections that is taken from the regulations that are embedded in your rules. So these are the areas that you are allowed to change, where other areas you are not allowed to change. Alright? So let's also look at some of the features of the benevolent society. It is established for civic, benevolent, or charitable purposes. It is owned by the members who make all the decisions. It is democratic control, that is qualified members have an input in making decisions. It provides service to the members. So, as we said earlier, yes, it's a charitable organization, right? It is owned by all the members. Once you decide to be a member and to pay your dues, you are an owner of the society. Alright? Democratic control, what do you think that means? When you say democratic control?
We have voting, the vote. Making decision. By the majority.
By the majority. And you have a say, right? You have a vote. Principle, it is open and voluntary membership, democratic control again. Members' participation, autonomy and independence, education and training, and concern for the community. So you see, what are some of the principles of forming a benevolent society? Right? It's democratic control. Everybody have a say. Everybody have a vote. Continuous training, continuous learning is taking place. Right? Members' participation. So it's important. If you decide to be a member, you need to participate. Alright? Open voluntary membership. So you don't put a vote to say we don't want a white man or we don't want a black man to be a part of it. It's open. Right? Well, yes, man. So the registration requirements, 21 members. Right? From the 21, they're going to form a steering committee of auditors. Other 5, 7, 8, 9. Some have intent with your project proposal. What is it that you're setting up to do? Why is it that you want to be registered as a benevolent society? Alright? So I want to see what is your purpose. So you complete the application form, pay the processing fee of $2,000. You propose rules, written proof of proposed location for the registered office, statement of affairs. So you're telling us your income and expenditure. Alright? Where the office will be located. So once you meet all those requirements and the registrar is satisfied, you will receive your certificate, you will receive your registered rules, and you will be gazetted in the government. So other government agency will know that you are a registered entity. So if the registrar refuses to register you, you have 1 month in which you appeal and you appeal to the church, you now need to set up at the ministry. Right? If the registrar refuses to register you, he will have to give you that register. Right? If you not registered. Right? Responsibility of registration to become a valid partner, power to own property, power to enter into contracts, and power to institute and defend suits. So you now registered, you are no longer a group of persons or a group. You are now a legal body. So you can go into contracts, you can enter into contracts, you can sue as well as you can institute suit, defend suit. So you're exempted from income tax and stamp duty. So those are the only two taxes you're exempted. The other taxes you have to pay. Income tax meaning the society, not individual. So don't go back to your officer and say that you're registered so you must stop your income tax. Alright? We are talking about the society, not you individuals that are working. Alright?
Wouldn't it be
Huh? The income tax and so income GCT and whatever. No, you have to pay those. You have to pay those. Alright. If the society owns a business, the business is not supposed to be the profit to go back in your pocket. Whatever profit is made from the business, it must go back into the company.
So we have business paid.
If yes, you have to pay the income tax, yeah.
So that is not fall on the same umbrella then, separate business along with the...
Remember, you have remember benevolent society is not for profit. So you have to be careful when you say business. So if you open a little gift shop, right? If you open a little gift shop, the little profit that you're making will go back into the company. Right? So it's not no big old business that look fun, right? So right, something more social, yeah. Not a business where you just say you're making this big every profit.
It's supposed to business grow to activate this, make that big level.
Well, that's a different aspect of it.
Before we don't call it a business. So we start.
Look here, I don't want you to involve a business in I don't want you to involve a business into the benevolent society. Because the benevolent societies are not for profit. So I'm not even going to entertain the business first. If you're going to do a business, it's separate and apart from the benevolent society. If you see where the business is going to expand to X, Y, and Z.
No, but is there a registration for social enterprise within
Company's office.
Yes.
What if a member decided that they want to open, say for instance, the group doing a project and you're helping that particular person and that person is doing a business and that say for instance, people is helping a business or like just helping them to empower themselves.
And what way you're going to be in?
Like for instance, they want to sell a little greater cake or want to sell some little orange fruits and if something to help them family.
Repeat your question.
If the PPP, a member of a PPP, right? Getting funding, for instance, help the PPP group is helping a member within the group, and they want to open up a business. One of the members want to open a business to help their family due to unemployment or disability, right? And they need a little assistance from the group. And the group is helping that individual member, and that member, the business flourish, and they will give back to the group. Can that work?
Yeah, not go wrong with that.
Oh.
Because it's an individual really running the business now. not the organization. You're assisting, and probably you're who's facilitate that kind of thing. Or even so you take a discretion among the committee, even the members, whether you should assist this person. Because at the end of the day, the funds belong to the members, the organization. So if you're going to assist somebody, it will have to be discussed and agreed upon. Right? But that, yes, that is okay because not the benevolent society will be only the individual and you're providing some assistance to that person. Another question?
Yes, customs duty. We have a member who was send barrels of stuff that we don't need to the Golden Age home. But 1 year when they send it down, we had to pay a lot of duty and we thought it was unfair to us because it wasn't anything to make any money. We were donating the things, we actually video ourselves that they send those the Golden Age home giving the stuff away. So would we be susceptible to pay custom duty?
Alright, probably wasn't in here earlier. But as I said, even though you're a charitable organization as a benevolent society, you're only exempted from income tax and stamp duty. So if anybody sends anything to the society from overseas, they still will have to pay the taxes they might want. The only way you'll be exempted unless you apply for charity status to get those additional waivers. But as a benevolent society, we are only exempted from stamp duty and income tax. Other taxes you have to pay.
So
a benevolent society, when you register, yes, you can apply for the charity status.
Can some more like funds return of income for the society? Why not turn of?
The dues, profit, fundraising projects. You can get funding from other funding agencies. Businesses can give your contribution, whatever donation. So your income comes from
Contribution.
yeah.
So is there a contribution from government in terms of donation? In terms of policy, is there anything in the policy that contribution to our society?
No, you have to go there and see.
No, from government.
No, that's right. We don't provide it for sure.
Excuse me, it is from like food for poor,
What?
the benevolent society.
Remember I said food for the poor, give back to the wider community at large. And they are registered as a charitable organization. They actually is more bigger than this. Any other questions? Conditions for registration. So membership, a society shall not be registered under this act unless it's at 21. So we can facilitate registration unless it's at 21 members. 21 and more, but the minimum 21. Cancellation, section 59 of the act says if the membership falls below what? 21. Cancel immediately. But we don't do, we are a little lenient, we try to work with the groups to get their membership up. But if it's not working and the membership constantly falling. So you're going to need an office. See the app, every society shall have a registered office. Every society shall display its registered name, legible outside of this office space. So this is your building, your name must be displayed outside. At a conspicuous space where anybody coming to you know where to locate. Alright? Return of members, investment. So this return shall be made to the registrar no later than the 31st of January in every year for the year ending December. So this is a form that you complete. It's similar to an annual return form. So this is one that you submit no later than the 31st of January. So it takes into consideration the number of members you have on register, the amount of money you have in your bank, right? The amount of money you have invested in stock, the amount of money you have invested in real estate, and the amount of money the treasurer has at the end of the financial working with you, will provide you with all of these forms, and they will be with you to tell you when to submit what, and right?
And that financial year is March.
January to December, calendar year. Calendar year, January to December.
Okay. We said the financial year.
Yeah, the society. So the annual